The Wizard and the Four Economies of Time. The old wizard stood before a machine that was neither clock nor compass. Its gears were made from coins, gears from every civilization that had ever existed. Roman denarii, Spanish doubloons, colonial scrip, gold eagles, silver certificates, digital tokens that glowed with blue light. Beside him stood his curious apprentice. "Master," asked the apprentice, "why do nations become rich and then poor? Why do economies rise and fall like tides?" The wizard smiled. "Because every generation believes it has discovered the final answer." He pulled a brass lever. The machine hummed. The room dissolved. First stop, the age of pure trade. They appeared in a bustling port city. Ships crowded the harbor. Merchants shouted. Goods flowed from every corner of the world. The apprentice smiled. "This looks wonderful." "It is," said the wizard. "Trade allows people to specialize. Farmers farm, builders build, sailors sail, inventors invent." "Then why leave?" The wizard pointed. The docks were busy. The factories were empty. The machine shops were silent. The foundries cold. The nation had become wealthy from exchanging goods, but gradually lost the ability to make many of the things it depended upon. "The strength of trade," said the wizard, "can become weakness if a nation forgets how to build." The apprentice nodded thoughtfully. Second stop, the age of factories. The machine turned again. Now they stood amid roaring machinery. Steel mills glowed orange. Locomotives rolled from assembly lines. Workers streamed into giant factories. "This seems better," said the apprentice. For a time, the wizard pointed toward vast infrastructure. Canals, railroads, bridges, power stations. "This is the age when nations discover that production itself creates wealth." The apprentice watched thousands employed. "So jobs come first?" The wizard shook his head. No, he drew 4 circles in the dirt. Orders, production, investment, jobs. Many people think employment creates production. The wizard erased the circles. Often the sequence is reversed. He redrew them. Orders, production, investment, jobs. If people order goods, factories increase production. If production grows, investment follows. If investment follows, hiring comes next. The apprentice stared. So employment is sometimes the final result, rather than the first step. Exactly. Third stop, the forgotten American system. The machine spun faster. Now they stood beside a statesman from the 19th century. The man studied maps covered with roads, canals, railways, and factories. The apprentice recognized him. "Who is that?" The wizard smiled. "That is Henry Clay." Clay looked up. His maps showed 3 pillars: protect domestic industry, build national infrastructure, encourage productive investment. The apprentice read carefully. "This is neither socialism nor pure free trade." The wizard nodded. "Precisely." Clay believed nations sometimes needed strategic development to build industries before exposing them to global competition. The apprentice frowned. "Is that always correct?" "No," the wizard laughed. "No economic theory is always correct. Every tool solves some problems and creates others." Fourth stop, Wall Street's crystal ball. The machine shifted again. They appeared inside a giant hall filled with economists. Thousands stared into crystal balls. Numbers floated through the air. Predictions, forecasts, models, charts. One economist proclaimed, "Only 105,000 jobs shall appear." Moments later, reality arrived with a different number. The crystal ball cracked. The apprentice laughed. "They were wrong," the wizard chuckled. "Forecasting the future is difficult, especially when the future has not happened yet." He waved toward the broken crystal balls. "Markets contain wisdom, but markets are not omniscient. Fifth stop, the AI foundries. The machine glowed brighter than ever before. Now they stood in the future. Gigantic facilities stretched to the horizon. Not steel mills, not textile plants. AI foundries, robotic factories, quantum data centers, synthetic biology labs, humanoid robot assembly plants. The apprentice stared in amazement. What powers civilization now? The wizard pointed. Knowledge. Rows of robots assembled robots. AI systems designed new medicines. Digital workers collaborated with human workers. Entire industries emerged in months instead of decades. The apprentice noticed something strange. Governments, private investors, universities, inventors, manufacturers, all working together. This doesn't look like pure capitalism. It isn't. It doesn't look like socialism either. It isn't. The apprentice frowned. Then what is it? The wizard smiled. Perhaps every age invents its own economic vocabulary. The debate across time. The apprentice now understood. Every era had its own champions. Some believed free markets solved everything. Some believed governments should guide everything. Some believed trade created prosperity. Others believed manufacturing created prosperity. Some favored tariffs. Others favored open commerce. The wizard listened to all of them. Then he said, "The mistake is believing only one answer exists." The apprentice asked, "What actually creates wealth?" The wizard pointed to humanity itself. Workers, inventors, farmers, scientists, engineers, builders, teachers, entrepreneurs, artists, caregivers. Wealth is ultimately created when human beings transform resources into greater value. The final vision. The machine brought them home. The apprentice looked back through the portal. He could see ancient roads, industrial factories, modern ports, future AI laboratories, all connected. The wizard spoke one final lesson. The economy is not money. It is not stock markets. It is not tariffs. It is not government. It is not corporations. The apprentice waited. The wizard smiled. The economy is people cooperating to create value. When that cooperation becomes wiser, civilization advances. When it becomes selfish, short-sighted, or disconnected from reality, civilization declines. The apprentice looked toward the future. Perhaps the coming age would combine the best lessons from every era, the innovation of free enterprise, the infrastructure of national development, the productivity of technology, the dignity of labor, the wisdom of stewardship. And perhaps, if humanity learned those lessons well enough, the next great economy would not simply create wealth. It would create flourishing. The wizard smiled. "Now," he said, "let us see what the economists of the year 2126 are arguing about." And together, they stepped back into the machine. Global Robotics Corporation, Robert Colee.